something in the bottle ready to pop.
I really can't believe we're sitting here and it's already week 18. It's
Hi,
gone by
AJ.
so fast, and I can't wait to see how this all plays out.
Jerome Ford stands in his own end zone for the Cleveland Browns, who come into this game 7-9. As we said earlier, they started this season 3-7, so it has been a turnaround of sorts for the Browns, and part of that comeback coincides with the return of quarterback Deshaun Watson. And with thoughts and memories of Damar Hamlin, we're underway.
We're underway. Pittsburgh kicks it back to Cleveland. Cleveland receives.
Trying to get started again. Does get started again. Gets out across the 20-yard line.
And Cleveland runs it out
right around the 23.
and then gets pushed out of bounds.
Sixth start since he finished his suspension. The Browns 5-2 over his starting stretch.
Well, here's what they're hoping, Greg, is that they can capitalize and continue what they did in the second half last week against the Commanders. They didn't start out very good, but really in that second half, they scored on their first 3 possessions. Amari Cooper started to get going, and you started to see some of the playmaking ability of Deshaun Watson.
They have running back extraordinaire Nick Chubb in the backfield. They fake it to him. And the pass over the middle, that's complete to Chubb. And Chubb with room to run across the 40, out to about the 43-yard line where Robert Spillane makes the tackle.
Initially, I thought the Steelers did a really good job of taking away the play-action pass, and then this is just the check down. So he gets it out to Chubb, and then Mark Robinson, all he has to do is come up, make an easy tackle for about a 5 or a 6-yard gain. But Chubb, after the catch, and already on the first play of the game, an explosive pass play.
On first down, Watson throws to the outside. That's Chubb again. And one of the games that the Pittsburgh Steelers and their fans are watching is that Buffalo Bills game against New England. The Bills have returned the opening kickoff.
Hey, Dylan, I replied to your comment on my video. I asked you if that was your gamer tag on PlayStation. Is it your gamer tag? Did you reply back? Hi, Keith.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 5. Watson with lots of time.
Oh, Deshaun Watson is now a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. I was like, I know that name. Where do I know that name from? So Deshaun Watson got traded to Cleveland. He left Houston and went to Cleveland. That's cool.
That's James Hudson, who's starting at right tackle today. On the Browns O-line, that right tackle regularly is Jack Conklin, but he's not playing today with a bad ankle. Hudson replaces him. And number 2 out of Alabama leads the wide receiver.
Well, guys, really, when you look at it, I know the Browns offensively have been inconsistent, but he really has had a stellar season. Over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Thank you, Melon. I appreciate that like.
14.5 yards per catch, and had some really good catch and runs last week.
Watson throwing over the middle, and that is complete.
I'm doing good, Dylan. So, Dylan, is that your gamer tag on PlayStation?
The Steeler defense. It's gotten better as the season has progressed. 5-time Pro Bowler Cameron Hayward keys the front line. The linebackers have the great T.J. Watt on one side. Alex Highsmith on the tear with 12 sacks on the other.
Pittsburgh needs to win, guys.
That doesn't get much better than Fitzpatrick.
Pittsburgh doesn't win. Pittsburgh is out.
Co-leader in the NFL, 6 interceptions. He's going to play a big part in this game, both in the deep passing game, but also up near the line of scrimmage to try and stop.
Deshaun Watson goes back. Still going back. Throws. Incomplete pass.
David Njoku, the intended receiver. So these Cleveland Browns, who had 6 opening drive touchdowns, which ranked 3rd in the NFL in that department, don't get one here.
Really good job.
The Browns are in 4th place of their division.
Coverage portion of that defense to get up there and tip that ball. And, the one thing that kept coming up over and over again in our meetings with the Steelers is the running ability and that dimension that Deshaun Watson brings to this offense. Really have to be careful with how he uses his.
And now Cleveland's punting it to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh runs it out.
This will come to rest
Pittsburgh
just
gets
across
taken
the
down.
30-yard line. This will be pretty good field position
Yes,
for the
Kenny
Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Kenny Pickett.
We'll take a break.
Kenny
Come
Pickett's
back.
going to play for Pittsburgh.
What we do is disrupting traditional real estate. But
I'm
disrupting it
going
in a
to
positive
watch
way.
the
Our
full
wholesalers
video
are walking
later.
away with thousands more than
Bye.
if they sold the traditional
Oh,
way.
okay,
The
this
process
video,
is
okay.
easier, more
Bye,
convenient, and
bye,
less
Dylan.
intrusive. That
Dylan, did you
results
send me a
in
friend request on
thousands of
PlayStation
additional dollars
before you
in our
leave?
wholesalers' pockets. The goal is to change
Hi,
the
50.
way America sells homes for the better. That's what 72 Sold is all about.
Oh, my bad. Ignore that commercial. You didn't hear that commercial. Oh, yeah, happy birthday, AJ. Yeah, wish AJ a happy birthday, guys, in the chat. Tomorrow's his birthday. I'm good, 50. I'm good.
Welcome back, everyone. Steeler fans doing a little scoreboard watching. Well, the Buffalo Bills have an early lead on the New England Patriots. Pittsburgh needs a Buffalo win. They also need a Miami loss.
Okay, I need
First down.
Buffalo to win, and I need a Miami loss to stay alive.
From the 33,
Kenny Pickett goes back, gives it to a Najee Harris. Najee Harris runs, moves a little, gets a little up towards the field, and gets knocked down.
Feels like he gets better by the minute. Turned the ball over 8 times. His first 5 games has had just 1 turnover in his last 7.
Certainly the last 2 weeks, the game-winning drives, right at the end of the game, those really stand out. But the other part of what he's done in the second half of the season is just that, taking care of the football. Now, you would love more touchdowns and more scoring from the offense, but the fact that he really hasn't thrown more than 1 interception in the second half of the season is big.
Harris.
Run.
Upended at midfield by Denzel Ward.
Najee Harris gets knocked down at the 50-yard line.
Kick return. Let's take a look at it. It's back to the guys in New York City.
Greg, can you believe this? Can't write the script any better. This is the opening kickoff with Buffalo receiving. Nyheim Hines takes us 96
Good
yards
job,
for the
Charlie.
touchdown. Buffalo
fixed
early lead,
it.
7-0 over New England. Back to Greg, Adam, and AJ.
We can't see the TV.
All right, guys,
okay,
thank you.
good. I'm glad you can't see the TV,
Of
Panther.
the Pittsburgh Steelers. First down. And Harris again. And Harris dragging tacklers to the Cleveland 45. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin says one big positive for his team, this offensive unit has been intact the entire season.
You're welcome, AJ.
And doing a great job in front of Najee Harris, Arch.
Oh, and you can see that last week the offensive line really was mashing them up front, but Najee Harris already off to a really nice start in this
That's
game.
who the Dolphins are playing? Okay, well then I need the Jets to win.
He really is
I need the Jets to win over the Dolphins.
On 2nd and 4, this is Jalen
Or
Warren
Buffalo
as
to win.
Najee takes a breather on
No, I'm sorry. I need the Dolphins to lose Yeah, I need the Jets to win that game between the Dolphins.
Well, absolutely. That's
So I need
one
the
guy
Dolphins
that
to lose, and I
really
need
shows
Buffalo
up
to
week in and
win,
week
stay
out.
alive.
15 sacks on the season. He's been on a little bit of a tear here in the last 4 games, but was rather quiet back when these two teams played in week 3. You really didn't hear his name much. Steelers did a really good job of
Minnesota
game
has
planning
6.
and not
Chicago
allowing
has
him
nothing.
to affect the game.
Tampa Bay has
Comes into the
7.
game,
Atlanta
15
has
sacks.
nothing.
That's 4th best in the NFL. Little inside handoff to the tight end, Connor Hayward. And Connor Hayward to the 36-yard line and a first down for the Steelers.
A little misdirection. You get both backs. You see Watt going in motion and Pickett reversing out. Then they're just going to slip it to the rookie tight end out of Michigan State. Really is more of a special teams player. They have a couple plays,
And remember, guys,
packages for him,
Connor
but
Hayward.
a really nice
Connor
job of
Connor
picking up the
Hayward
first down.
is Cameron
Bounce
Hayward's
back
brother.
onto the field and into the backfield on first down. Pickett throws on the move and dropped by Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson is amazing. This is a really good wide receiver. Comes into this game, 64 catches, 844 yards, no touchdowns yet.
I'm sure he appreciates you calling that out, Greg. Yes.
Hey, nobody knows it better than Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, but he had 2 catches last week on 7 targets, but those 2 catches were huge in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 10.
You want an autograph from me?
Nowhere
50?
to go there. Nowhere to go here. Myles Garrett had him wrapped up. They lose yardage on the play. This is back to about the 40-yard line.
A really good discipline over on the edge for Myles Garrett. And for the Steelers,
Oh, they're not
they had a
brothers?
really
Oh, I
good
thought they
thing
were
going
brothers.
running the football, getting positive yards on first down. And on their very first pass attempt on the game on first down,
Are they
drop
cousins?
pass, then you get a tackle for a loss, and now all of a sudden, when you start the drive off in promising way, you're 3rd and 13.
A little action up front. Pickett going to go deep. Down this side of the field, it's incomplete. Intended for George Pickens. And defended by Martin Emerson. We have a penalty marker down back at the line of scrimmage.
Kenny Pickett tried to go for a Hail Mary there early.
Defense number 94, 5-yard penalty.
Alex Wright, the rookie out of
Cleveland.
UAB.
Cleveland on
made the early
penalty
jump.
on Cleveland.
Alex Wright will be getting quite a bit of playing time here in this game because of the Jadeveon Clowney did not make the trip and was deactivated. Didn't have the best week here for the Cleveland Browns, but Wright,
Clowney
the
got
rookie,
traded too?
gets
Huh.
a chance to make some plays today.
Clowney used to play for the Texans as well, guys. Pickett goes back.
Pickett running out of time.
Pickett's out of the pocket. Pickett froze.
Finds his man.
Caught.
20, 15.
Deontay Johnson still up, running. And almost in the end zone. 1st and goal.
You know, that whole team wanted it. The whole team wanted it.
Yeah, he did. And this is really a nice job of getting open. You see Ward, he is playing underneath and then just finding the zone. And this is really, when you talk about the growth from Kenny
Hey,
Pickett
Arcade Pop, how are
early
you?
season to where he is now, using his
Arcade Pop,
mobility to
I
get
am a
outside the pocket
2X.
and then
My
find the
shirt
open
size is a
receiver down
2X.
the field. Deontay
I will
Johnson
message
does the
you,
rest.
though.
1st and goal. Najee Harris in the backfield. Whistle.
Inside run. Time whistle explode.
Cleveland takes his first time out. This will be a 30-second.
So, interesting time for a timeout here.
Still scoreless between the
7
New York
points still
Jets
playing
and
in
the
first quarter, but Kevin
Miami
Stefanski,
Dolphin game.
Looks like he might be looking for an explanation, too. Let's go back to that play.
Well, this is really what you've seen. Watch Pickett. He's looking to his left. He feels the pressure. And then as he's getting outside the pocket, he keeps his eyes downfield.
That was a
Spots
close
Johnson.
play.
And you
That
can
was
really watch
almost
him
a
here in the
touchdown.
last 2 games, he wants to touch.
Deontay Johnson almost scored for Pittsburgh.
Johnson, but when you really watch him here in the last 2 games, that's where a lot of his plays have been made. It's getting outside, buying some time, but then having the presence to look downfield and then make really good
Oh,
throws
okay.
to his receivers.
Thank you, Arcade.
Close to the goal line. They are not calling it a touchdown. They're saying he's short of the goal line.
Well, I think his left knee. I think he keeps his left knee off the ground. Watch here at the end. The left knee never touches the ground, and then he goes over the end line.
Kenny Pickett will go after this one with the keeper, and he doesn't crack the goal line. So it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, I really think that if you went back,
Come on,
and watched
guys. This is
unless
your last chance
was
to
the
go to
one that
playoffs.
went down,
It's time to
Well,
get
I really
into
thought
the
they
end
were
zone.
able
It's
to
time
keep
to
the
score the
left
most
knee off the
touchdowns
ground.
as you can.
Went after the next
Do not
shot.
score. Don't start the game off with a field goal.
Here's that play.
So you see the left knee never really hits the ground, and then he reaches the ball over. And I don't believe, that certainly the Steelers, I know you don't always get the right look, but to me, that was a touchdown.
3rd and goal from inches away. Harris, airborne, lost the football. Covered by the Cleveland Browns, it would appear. Alex Wright falling on the loose ball, and we're going the other way.
Yeah, I think the ball was out, Greg. I think the ball was out before he got over the goal line.
Najee Harris looking for the touchdown that isn't there. Cleveland stands tall at the goal line.
They might call it a fumble.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Hi, Eric. Boys, how are you?
Focus.
Jamie Foxx, what's up, my man?
What up, Eric? You got time to chat, Ben?
Yeah.
All right, good. We got 6.
You need to root for the Jets and the Bills. You need the Dolphins and the Patriots to lose to get in. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna root for the Jets and the Bills, yeah. Thanks for telling me, Panther. Appreciate the 9 likes, guys. Thank you. I'm at commercial, so I got TV muted.
The NFL on CBS is
Can
sponsored
you guys
by
hear it okay?
Coors Light, made to chill. BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Please gamble responsibly. And by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh. After the fumble recovery, the Browns with the ball
So it was a
from
fumble.
their own 5.
Browns have the ball.
Chubb. Right
Chubb's
side,
running,
across
running,
the
and
15
taken
out
down.
to about the 17-yard line.
And taken down about
Gene
17.
Steratore joins us to talk about that play at the goal line that the Steelers did not score on. What did you see, Gene?
You know what? And Adam nailed it, I thought, Greg, and a great point. You watch Najee Harris's left knee. There's a shadow below his knee, but that knee never really gets to the ground before he then extends the football and it breaks the plane of the goal line. You know, the questions will always be, why did Pittsburgh go fast? Why didn't they challenge it? It's a first down play. Coach Tomlin obviously thought that he could get up there right to the line of scrimmage quick, go with the quarterback sneak and make it official. But we see what happens if you delay on that or don't take your time to look at something that is a touchdown.
And hindsight always being what it is, Arch.
Yeah, well, certainly it was part of their plan to get back on the line of scrimmage and try to, catch him off guard with a quick quarterback sneak. But I credit the defensive line from the Cleveland Browns. Taven Bryan, he's the one who stuffed the quarterback sneak, and then Tommy Togiai, number 93, is able to get that ball out of Harris's hands.
2nd and 9. Watson, penalty marker down over the middle. That is complete to David Njoku. And there is a marker in the backfield. Here's Clete Blakeman.
I can tell there's going to be a lot of penalties in this game.
I believe you're going to get a hold on Wills off of the left tackle. But I don't know if this was a design play or not, but Njoku, he dives on the ground.
Still no score between Miami and New York.
Chip on Watt.
Now to a man, downfield offense number 77. Penalties decline. Holding offense number 71. He's half the distance to the goal line. 2nd down.
So here is the hold on Wills.
Right here. And take a look at Njoku here. He dives on the ground, and then he gets up and just works the middle of the field. So I don't know if that was a design play or not, but nonetheless, the hold brings back.
Well, that's 2nd and 17.
2nd and 17. Watson from his own end zone throws far side of the field, and that's complete to Amari Cooper. Cooper's first catch of the day. And that's a couple of yards short of a first down.
But just like, even when we had the Browns earlier this year and talking to Jacoby Brissett, just how long it took him to get on the same page and learn a new offense and try to get to know everybody. It's the same thing for Deshaun Watson. Even though he was here in the offseason, it's still been a learning process to get that chemistry and figure out his wide receivers.
They'll go for the first down on 3rd down on the ground. And that carry was Kareem Hunt. And we'll take a look at where the spot is. What on AJ?
Well, Greg, that big catch by Amari Cooper is not unusual because Deshaun Watson told us during our meetings this week, there's just a chemistry between them. And he's somebody that Deshaun actually goes to ask for advice and study different DBs throughout the league. Amari has been his favorite target on 3rd down so far. And he says Amari's just IQ above the shoulders is just unparalleled.
And Cleveland's about to punt it back to Pittsburgh.
Short of the first down.
And he said that he's learned to trust in the IQ of Amari Cooper, and that has really helped him understand where to go with the football. And
Cleveland punts it back to Pittsburgh. It's up in the air. It's going. Caught. Pittsburgh has the ball, running with the ball, dives, and falls down.
Exactly 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
1st and 10. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. We go to commercial. Oh, come on. Don't you just give me now. Hey, you know what? Okay, the score between Buffalo and New England is tied.
Under review.
Yeah, for a guy, we weren't even really sure if he would play today. He's playing, and he's playing well. We'll take a break.
Hey, Alexa. Who's the favorite in the New England Patriots?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor.
Alexa, who's the favorite in the New England Patriots game?
At the moment, the Bills are favored by 8 points against the Patriots.
Okay.
The game is tied 7-7 with 5:45 left in the first quarter.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Allstate, reminding you that football is mayhem. And by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread twist, chicken desserts, and more.
As we welcome you back to Pittsburgh, the fumble call on the field has been overturned, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. Gene Steratore, what'd you see?
You've got to go through the three elements, Greg. And when Deontay Johnson possesses the football and begins to turn upfield, he has possession with 2 feet down. But prior to the third foot landing, the ball gets
Pittsburgh got the ball back.
That's why they overturned the incomplete. I agree with that ruling.
Gino, thank you very much. This is Steven Sims around the right side for some pretty good yardage and a first down.
Yay, Pittsburgh.
19 yards on the play.
Yeah, Sims is pretty good for one or two of these jet sweeps per game. And all the different receivers on this team have their roles. You know, Johnson is, the route runner. Pickens, we know what he does, one-on-one down the field. And then Sims, they really get good use out of him with those jet sweeps and those reverses as a runner.
Pittsburgh now up to its own 45-yard line and Pickett to throw. Not going to throw. Going to get buried inside his own 35.
Kenny Pickett just got sacked.
Darian Winfrey with the sack. There's a penalty marker down.
Illegal contact. Defense. Number 42. 5-yard penalty. 1 minute first down.
Penalty on Cleveland.
Is on linebacker Tony Fields. And let's get you back to New York City for an update. Guys.
A Cincy sense of humor. Yeah, watch this touchdown, 1 yard from Joe Mixon. They go up 10-0. Watch Joe Mixon. He's going to simulate the ruling that came out this week. Let me take this off. Let me get this here. Let me pour out my coin, and let's just flip it. There we go, buddy. 10-0 Cincinnati over Baltimore. Back to Greg
I
Gumbel.
don't freaking believe it.
All right, guys, on first down. Here is Harris. And Harris across midfield to the 48. I remind you,
Cincinnati's beating Baltimore. Now, why couldn't I do that last week?
Exclusively on Paramount Plus. Kind of a strange game so far early on, Arch, with missed opportunities by the Steelers.
It is with the Steelers missed out on a touchdown, and then
Nothing like
you
it.
got the overturned fumble by Johnson, and then the Browns finally get a sack. Somebody other than Myles Garrett gets a sack, but that's taken away because of an illegal contact.
On 2nd and 8, Pickett gets rid of it in a hurry, and that one is broken up. Intended for Freiermuth, the tight end, and broken up by Martin Emerson. So it'll be 3rd and 8.
And really good coverage out there by Martin Emerson. And this is probably the 3rd or 4th Browns game that we have, and it seems like in each one of those games, Emerson, the rookie, always seems to be able to make a play. He has had a terrific rookie season.
Now, since week 13, Pittsburgh, the best team in the league on 3rd down.
A lot of that is you have got to keep Pickett inside the pocket.
Pickett with time over the middle, incomplete. Deontay Johnson, his intended receiver, and that'll bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, I think he's really fortunate, too, because if he didn't throw this ball high and he actually led Johnson inside towards the middle of the field, there was a good chance that was going to be picked off. Not one of his better decisions, and the Browns able to make a play and get off the field on 3rd down.
Donovan Peoples-Jones stands at his own 10-yard line for Cleveland.
Pittsburgh punting it back to Cleveland. Touchback.
Fair catch call, decided not to chance it.
Fair
Ball
catch.
rolls down close to the 5-yard line. We'll take a quick break. 30 seconds.
Second break.
Welcome back, everyone. The 2 games the Steelers care the most about. Miami and the Jets scoreless in the 2nd quarter. Buffalo and New England are tied at 7 with 3.5 to play in the 1st. Watson out of his own end zone. Throwing up the seam, and he's got his man. That is Donovan Peoples-Jones. And the big gainer takes him out close to the 45-yard line.
It was a really nice pre-snap read by Watson. They motion Chubb out, and the corner goes with them. So that tells them this is going to be zone coverage. Fitzpatrick is favoring the other side of the field. He's on the other hash, and then he's able to hit Peoples-Jones right down the seam. Really an excellent job of diagnosing the defense and then pulling the trigger.
38 yards on the play. First down, Cleveland now at their own 44.
Deshaun Watson goes back for Cleveland. Tries to get out of the pocket, but Pittsburgh's there to sack him. Sacked by TJ Watt, number 90.
Guns on defense. And with that, the first quarter comes to an end here at Acrisure Stadium.
That's the end of the first quarter.
Still looking for our first points of the day.
Still 0-0. The interview with William, yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. See the scores of the other games involving the Steelers. 7-7 between the Patriots and the Bills. Scoreless between the Jets and the Miami Dolphins. 2nd and 15 for the Cleveland Browns.
Deshaun Watson has the ball, gives him to his running back. Running, taking it. Cleveland's got the ball back.
7-yard line. You know, Arch, in this situation, most players
They're
say
down.
that they're really not scoreboard watching, and I think in many cases players lie. You want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
I might have to challenge you on that, Greg. I seriously doubt at this point in this game anybody on this sideline cares one bit about what's going on.
Well, maybe not now, but how about as the game progresses?
I don't know, Greg. I don't know if I'm gonna buy that one from you. I think these guys are focused right now on how to stop Deshaun Watson.
Watson shakes a tackler, throws out to the side to Kareem Hunt, and Hunt has nowhere to go. Cameron Hayward, first to hit him.
Well, they're going to bring this is what's called a simulated
Oh,
pressure.
wow,
They're gonna
Atlanta
bring one
has
off
10
the edge,
over
but they're
Tampa
gonna
Bay.
drop somebody off, so it's still just a four-man rush.
New Orleans
But
has 7
there is
over
confusion
Carolina.
up front. So even though the Steelers only end up bringing 4 players, confusion up front, and then somebody, Ogunjobi's able to get to Deshaun Watson.
Steven Sims inside his own 15-yard line.
We're getting ready to punt it back to Steven Sims. Steven Sims is back to receive. Touchback.
Nowhere near it as the ball bounces into the end zone.
Go to commercial. Watching the Are you watching the Saints and Panthers game, Sharon? Okay. Oh, hi, WIZ. How are you? Thank you. Did you subscribe already? Oh, you're welcome. Did you subscribe back? Did you just subscribe now, or did you subscribe yesterday?
Video board. Najee Harris in the backfield. The fake to him. And Pickett flips it out to Harris. Penalty marker flies. And Harris
Run, Najee. Run, Najee. Run, 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 run.
right about the 35-yard line, but let's check the flag.
You get an illegal man downfield.
I'm good. I'm better than I was yesterday.
45-yard pickup, but the Steelers look like they realize it's not going to stand.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense number 69. 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
The left guard, Kevin Dotson.
See right here. A little too anxious on the screen.
So instead of a 45-yard gain, it's first and 15. Not much there past the line of scrimmage. I want to remind you, top.
So, WIZ, did you subscribe to me yesterday or today?
ParamountPlus.com/TopGunMaverick. Try Paramount Plus for free. See that movie, Arch?
I did, and I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Yep. One of the first movies that I've seen, actually gone to a theater and watched in person in quite a long time.
Just one on the last play. Second and
And you think
14.
it goes back? Throws. Caught by Warren. Spins. Taken.
Second straight play.
Or
Makes a stop
tackle.
this time with the help of Martin Emerson.
Yeah, both football teams, both offenses have had some big plays and some opportunities that were brought back because of penalties. And now Kenny Pickett has to navigate 3rd and 10. Cleveland has played mostly man coverage so far in this game. And if they continue that, then there will be an opportunity for guys like Pickens for some one-on-ones.
3rd and 10. Deep drop. The pass over the middle, and that was sails way over the intended receiver, George Pickens. And it'll be 4th down. Incidentally, just a note for you, scoreboard watchers, the Buffalo Bills have gone up by a touchdown over New England, 14-7.
So, Greg, there's a great opportunity right there. That the place where Pickett really has to get better is in the pocket and obvious passing situations, because that was zone, and they had the perfect route for Pickens to come open right around that hash mark. And if Pickett puts an accurate pass, they have a chance to get a pretty big play.
This is going to be one last game, a big game.
Trying to get around the defense, and he is hit hard before he reaches the 30-yard line. Elijah Riley, number 37. We'll take a break.
Huh? Was that?
NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. How doers get more done. The HBO series, The Last of Us.
That's what I thought.
And by FanDuel. Make every moment more.
Back in Pittsburgh, you see the numbers top left of your screen. Buffalo with one touchdown.
I cannot believe they're going to.
Greg Zuerlein of the Jets just
I'm going to
missed
have to
the
make
field
a
goal.
video about that.
The Dolphins remain scoreless. 10 minutes to play in the first half. And here's Deshaun Watson to throw. Has time now over the middle. I think it's picked. Intercepted by Cameron Sutton. No. It's ruled incomplete on the field.
The ball is behind. Oh, no. You see the ball hit the ground, but ball behind Donovan Peoples-Jones. And
Yeah, Cleveland's in control of the ball still. That wasn't an interception. Ball hit the ground
almost
before
able to get
it was almost an
pretty
interception,
amazing,
but
diving
Cameron Sutton
interception.
touch the ball too
It's
late.
amazing. It's really kind of interesting, the play selection here. That the Browns, it's really favorites a heavy pass
Yes, Buffalo's here.
here in the first, quarter, here into the second quarter.
They give it to Chubb.
Chubb's
Browns
been
trying
a
to
long
take advantage
Cleveland
of their
Brown player.
best starting position of the day.
Nick
Their own
Chubb.
29-yard line. Let's get you back to New York City for another update.
Allen to Knox. Dawson Knox, the tight end's going to catch this from Josh Allen from 4 yards out. His first straight game with a touchdown. Buffalo leads 14-7. Pittsburgh needs a New England loss and a Miami loss and a win to get into the playoffs.
That capitalized on a 13-play drive back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. 3rd and 3.
Deshaun Watson goes back.
With time,
Throws.
now rifles one over the middle, and that's complete to the tight end, Harrison Bryant, for a first down.
Well, it was a really good job by Watson. This is a mesh concept, 2 crossing routes, and really trying to beat man coverage. The Steelers, they end up playing zone coverage, and so with time in the pocket, good protection, Watson is able to see that the crossing routes are covered and then hits the tight end, hooking up right over the football.
14-yard pickup, first down, Cleveland at midfield. Chubb once again trying to break it to the outside and cannot shake number 56, Alex
First and
Highsmith. AJ Ross.
Well, guys, as we keep
Second
doing
and
these
10.
New York updates, and we asked Mike Tomlin about, scoreboard watching, he said, of course, his focus was going to be on the field. But the 12th man in the building today, these Steelers fans, he had no doubt, would probably be giving them some cues if things are going in their favor. And he said, for sure, in the stadium, they'll probably put some updates on if things, again, are going their way, but probably not so much if it goes the other way, guys.
Yeah, AJ, thank you.
So I need New England to lose to Buffalo. I need Buffalo to win, and I need the Jets. I need the Jets to beat Miami. I need Miami to lose.
Running out of time.
Deshaun Watson getting out of the pocket.
Looking.
Throws, going, and incomplete
It will
pass.
be 3rd and 10. We've been talking all weekend long about Deshaun Watson and how he has
3rd and 10.
appears to be getting more into the groove.
Hey,
He had
Kelly.
2 different halves of football in their last game against Washington.
Pittsburgh's winning. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Still a scoreless game between Cleveland and Pittsburgh. The Steelers need Patriots to lose to Buffalo, and the Pittsburgh Steelers need Buffalo to win and to go to playoffs, and the Pittsburgh Steelers need the Dolphins to lose to the Jets.
On the move, still looking, now throwing, and the catch is made by David Njoku.
We got a flag.
There is a penalty marker, and this is also considered out of bounds.
Yeah, it could be a hold, though, on Spillane on Kareem Hunt coming out of the backfield.
A lot of flags in this game. It's only the first half.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 41. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So penalty on us.
What it was, and that's a first down.
And did he? Nope, you get the right foot out of bounds.
This is the first play, offensive play, that the Browns have run in Pittsburgh territory all day long. First down from the 45. Watson shook the tackler, gets it away to Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt used to be a Chief.
And that's another first down for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, I don't think I believe
They're not getting the game?
Robinson,
Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly.
coming up the middle.
Maybe you'll be able to watch the Green Bay Packer game tonight.
The way I see it, I don't.
That will be on
this defense,
NBC.
He was supposed to come up there and blitz. I think he read run and then just said, "I'm just." gonna go
What
in
game
there
are
and
you
blitz." But
getting?
that
Because
was
the
where
Pittsburgh Steelers game's on
Watson talked
CBS.
about exactly where Robinson came from. So to me, that looks like an assignment error.
This is on first down, and Hunt He'll mark his forward progress at about the 27-yard line.
I know
we come up on 8 minutes to play in the first half.
Greg, it was almost a lifetime ago. You almost can't even go back and reference their first game of the season back in week 3. Jacoby Brissett was the quarterback here for the Cleveland Browns. TJ Watt wasn't playing, but they did run for 171 yards in that game against this defense.
This is Hunt again. And Hunt.
Oh, Dolphins game? Oh, okay.
So we'll see where they mark him down, and Kevin Stefanski contemplates what he wants to do here.
Well, for us to go to the playoffs, we need New England to lose, and we need the Dolphins. We need Buffalo to win in that game, and we need the New England Patriots to lose, and then we need the Dolphins to lose, and we need the Jets to win.
And now we get a timeout. So Cleveland uses a timeout, their second of the first half, and let's get you back to another update. Back at the NFL Today in New York.
Miami needs a win and a Patriots loss to get in.
And Jason Sanders hits this from 37 yards out to be the first one on the board. Miami leads the Jets 3-0.
Greg, Adam,
Oh, well, that's not good for us.
All right, guys.
Miami just scored.
Power, walk around this stadium and you see pictures of him everywhere. Speaking of Jacoby Brissett, as you were, he's into the game on third and short yardage.
He is 7 of 8 picking up first downs on quarterback sneaks this year on 3rd and 1.
The pitch for Chubb. Chubb got the first down and then some inside the 15, inside the 10-yard line. And it'll be first and goal for the Cleveland Browns.
Really a good play call on working against the
Cincinnati's beating Baltimore 17-0. I wish we could have done that last week.
They loaded up on the inside, expecting it to go in there, and then they just toss it out to Nick Chubb. Gets a really good block by the rookie wide receiver number 18, David Bell. And the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson, first and goal on 10-yard line.
Ball now throws inside
No.
5 to the end zone.
First and goal.
Njoku.
Cleveland scores first.
Deshaun Watson. There he is. Njoku on the receiving end.
Really nicely done. This is a block release. So Njoku just acts as if he's going to block. Smith engages the block, then releases, and then Watson rolls out of the pocket, hits him for a touchdown. Really a nice drive, but
stuck the football across the plane. And the extra point is good. So it's 6:27 to play.
And Cleveland scores first. 7-0. Pittsburgh will win, though. Pittsburgh's the favorite. Hi, Jay. No, Steelers aren't winning yet, Kelly. Steelers have 0 and Cleveland has 7. Hey Ryan, how are you? Thanks for stopping by.
So it's the Steelers needing points more than the Browns to stay alive. But it's the Browns who get on the board first. 10 plays. It goes 71 yards in just under 5 minutes. And Cleveland leads it by a score of 7-0. Steven Sims is deep for the Steelers. This line drive kick will not be returned. They'll start at the 25-yard line. And this week, former longtime NFL director of officiating Art McNally passed away New Year's Day at the age of 97. Before becoming the director of officiating, McNally was a game official, was a pioneer of instant replay back in 2022, game official inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So here are the Steelers down 7 now, and starting from their own 25, Najee Harris once again behind Kenny Pickett.
Kenny goes back. Kenny throws. Caught.
Open in the middle of the field is Zach Gentry, the tight end. John Johnson makes the stop. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Here we go. They vacate the middle of the football field, and Pickett initially looking for the corner route to his right side.
Yeah, it's live in Pittsburgh as well. Yeah.
And sees Gentry wide open over the middle. This offense, they've got to get something going here. They started out the game 11 plays, 61 yards, should have had a touchdown, but since then they've gone 5 plays and a 3-and-out in their last drive.
Harris left side. Let's get on to AJ.
Oh, Greg, and speaking with Browns DN Myles Garrett, I asked him, do you get amped up when you go against a rookie QB? And he was very clear. He's like, no, I get amped up for Pittsburgh quarterbacks. There is no love lost between these two teams in this AFC North rivalry. And he said the Steelers, for some time, they've acted like a big brother, like this is their brand of football, and they've dominated, but no more. They want to hold the Steelers scoreless in this one, and they really want to bust up their playoff hopes today, guys.
Yeah, AJ, I'm sure all week long in Cleveland, it's Pittsburgh week, and vice versa here in Pittsburgh. It's Cleveland Browns time. Going around the end is Gunnar Olszewski out of bounds. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, touchdown passes have not been their thing. 11 touchdown passes for the entire season, and that's dead last in that category in the NFL.
Yeah, they have been one of the least explosive offenses in the NFL. Now, what saved them, and especially here in the last couple weeks, have been really the last drive of the game. That's when Pickett, the offense, has been able to come alive and make some plays. What
appreciate
they've
that.
been able to do is do that in the first 3 quarters of the game. But so far in this game, Pickett has missed a couple of pretty easy opportunities down the field.
Pickett down the sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for Deontay Johnson. You know, the funny thing about it, in those last few moments of those 2 games, those comeback wins, Kenny Pickett has looked a lot like the gunslinger that they felt they drafted.
Yep.
Pass interference. Defense, number 42. Ball in place. This one of the foul. First down.
You get Tony Fields for the interference call.
I don't know why they would. Did they call Fields?
They said, but it's 22, Grant Delpit.
Well, Delpit was in the middle of the football field coming over, but I would imagine maybe they tried to get Newsom, but I didn't really see much of an interference on that call. But I think that on that last play, Pickett had a chance to hit that for a big play and missed it.
1 to the 30.
Even if it was an interference, if you see Johnson actually, he wins the route at the line of scrimmage and is able to get position on Newsom Jr. And, that's one of those throws that you would love to be able to hit when your receiver's able to win down the field.
Come on, guys.
Looked like he overthrew him by about
Guys
2
are supposed to be
yards.
the favorite.
It's about 1 3/4.
Okay, Greg.
Come on, Deontay. Catch that ball.
2nd and 4. Warren. To about the 28. And that'll be just short of a first down. And we come up on 3.5. 3.5 to play. In the first half, that has the Browns on top by a touchdown. 3rd and 1. And Warren stays in the game in the backfield. Pickett looking left, got rid of it. This is Warren.
Emerson with the catch.
Great effort to get what appears
Oh,
to
no, I'm
be
sorry, that was
first
Warren.
down just outside the 25.
Well, first of all, look at how quick Garrett and just is able to turn and bend and just squeeze that corner. Almost gets to Pickett, and what an effort by Warren. Not sure if he was able to actually, did he get enough for the first down? But look at this rush by Garrett. Just, there's not a lot of guys that can bend their body and be able to turn the corner with that much speed. But Pickett somehow just gets the ball out. And did they give him the first down?
Yes, they did. First down at the 26.
Well, that was a great effort by 3 players. Garrett 1, Pickett 2, and then Warren 3 with the effort to get the first.
So before we get another snap, it appears that we will get to the 2-minute warning. And they do not get the snap off the time, or did they? No whistles. Let's see what they did. Clete Blakeman, consulting.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, but the question is that play going to count? It appears to be it might. 1:58 to play in the first half. Steelers looking for a tying touchdown.
NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car, and by Invisalign Aligners, transforming smiles, changing lives.
Back in Pittsburgh, they are not going to make an issue of that 2-minute warning The play stands, and so it's 2nd and 10.
You got Pickens at the bottom versus one-on-one coverage.
Going for it all. End zone. Incomplete. Intended for Deontay Johnson. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That is a
Deontay,
really good play at the end.
when
there
the
by-
ball's up in the
by Greg
air,
Newsome.
you're supposed to throw to catch the ball, Deontay. Come on.
Really an excellent
You're a
job.
pro at this. You
Well-thrown
worked with
football
you
right
worked
there
with
at the end.
Ben last
Johnson,
year.
even
He
if he
played
got
with
it,
Ben last year.
wouldn't be able to get his foot in down, but that is excellent coverage
It's
down the
Kenny's
field.
rookie year. Kenny's
And
supposed to
now
make,
Pittsburgh, one
make
more
should be making
third
these
and long.
mistakes,
They've been in
not
a
you.
lot of
You're
third and long
you're the leader.
situations in this game. And it has not been Kenny Pickett's best down and distance.
From the 26, 3rd and 10. And we get a whistle.
Delay game. Offense
Yeah.
number 8.
Stop clock.
5-yard penalty.
Stop clock.
3rd down.
Scoreboard watchers, the New England Patriots have just scored a touchdown to tie the Bills at 14, and the Jets and Miami are tied at 3 apiece.
Yay.
Again, Pittsburgh needs a win here. A loss by the Dolphins and a loss by the Patriots to claim that last postseason spot in the AFC. 3rd and 15.
Yeah, so I need Buffalo to win that game, and I need the Dolphins to lose.
Pickett down the middle. Delivers that for the touchdown. George Pickens.
Touchdown. Pittsburgh.
As a miscommunication in coverage, a coverage bust. You're going to see Johnson, number 43. He comes down, and he's trying to play the receiver from the other side of the field. And so they get confused. Johnson plays the wrong receiver, and Pickens wide open down the seam. And Kenny Pickett puts it right on him.
Pickett's first catch of the day is his 4th touchdown catch of the season. The extra point is good.
Tight game.
1:47 to play in the first half. And the Steelers climb back into a tie. And we're 7-7 game.
Finding my way forward with no
Hey, coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Bill Cowher, all the scores and highlights. Playoffs, all that good stuff coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report.
Pittsburgh kicks it back to Cleveland. Minute 47 left.
To the 20. Across the 30. Close to the 40-yard line. Nice return by Jerome Ford. Saturday, more college basketball. Fantastic Big Ten matchup. 14th ranked Wisconsin, 15th ranked Indiana. It all begins at 12:30 with our inside college basketball crew here on CBS. Oh, it looked like the Steelers figured out a little bit of something on that last drive.
Sure did.
Now Prague wants the defense to step up. Deshaun Watson, time. And that pass is complete to Kareem Hunt, just across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Pittsburgh is remaining. Arch, and Cleveland has one.
Yeah, when you look at it, Watson really has played a pretty good half. 9 of 12, 118 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Watson, time, throwing, intercepted.
Yes.
Picked off by Levi Wallace. Wallace's 4th interception of the season, and it comes with a minute 11 to play in the first half.
Yeah, just as I said, Watson playing pretty good in this game. This is not a good throw whatsoever. Spillane is going to get back into this throwing window, and I'm just not quite sure how Watson thought he was able to squeeze that ball in there. There were 3 different Pittsburgh defenders. You had Wallace on the outside with a free safety over the top. Bad decision, and now all of a sudden, 11 seconds left, and Pickett gets a chance to work the 2-minute drill.
A minute 11 and 3 timeouts from their own 46.
Come on. Kenny Pickett goes back. Still going back. Throw. Caught. No. Incomplete. I'm sorry. Intended for Deontay Johnson. Deontay Johnson, I thought he had it, but it hit the ground.
Patriots playing excited. Yeah, Mac Jones' second touchdown of the day. This one to Devontae Parker, and they tie it up against the Buffalo Bills, 14-14.
Oh, that doesn't work out for me.
All right, guys, thank you. Pittsburgh trying to take advantage. 19th interception of the season for the Steelers. That leads the NFL. 2nd and 10.
Kenny Pickett goes back again. Throws. Caught by George Pickens. He still caught it. Complete pass. He did get pushed out of balance, but he had the ball before his feet touched the ground.
They can get this chemistry down with Pickens' ability one-on-one down the field to be able to win the go balls.
And there should have been a flag there because Cleveland was tossing Pickens like a rag doll when Pickens had the ball, and he was already out of bounds. So there should have been a flag there. But no flag.
58 seconds and 3 timeouts. Again, that side of the field, again, a back shoulder. Let's see what the rookie George Pickens. No. Officials say he did not get feet down. Whoa, did he?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know. That is crazy.
We've seen him do some crazy things in his rookie year.
The question is, when? Oh my gosh. I mean, it looks to me like the left toe really kind of stayed dragging on the turf almost the whole time. I don't really.
Well, Pittsburgh uses a timeout. Sure, they'll be taking a look as we take a break. Back in 30 seconds from Harris. No challenges, no changes. Pickett looking, and he's going to keep it and run out of bounds at about the 30. So it'll be third down.
The more and more I look at that, man, that was so close. I think he probably caught that football, Greg.
You know, the booth checked it out, decided no, but I remember when we were here week 4, the Steelers played the Jets, and we asked Mike Tomlin about George Pickens, and Mike Tomlin said, he's just a freak. 3rd and 9.
Another third long.
Here comes the blitz. Pickett got rid of it this side of the field, and nobody there. So Pickett under pressure, rid of it, and he'll go unit.
It's a good call by Joe Woods, the defensive coordinator, and they just caught the Steelers off guard. You know, Pickett didn't see it, didn't have an answer, and instead of taking a sack or a negative play, he just has to throw it away and try to get rid of
it.
Oswell from 49 yards out. He's been good from 59 this season. On its way, enough. Long enough. And with 38 seconds to play in the first half, with a 10-7 lead. The Verizon halftime report upcoming. All the guys in the New York studio, JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach. Scores, highlights, playoff scenarios coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Meanwhile, Buffalo and New England tied at 14 with a half minute to play in the first half. And at halftime, the Jets and Miami tied. The Steelers need a win here, a loss by New England, and a loss by Miami.
They are going to cut it close to
nothing time of year.
Oh, man.
That's a halftime for Miami and New York.
When we talked with Mike Tomlin, pretty calm about the whole thing.
But the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriot game still going on for the first half. 38 seconds left for Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
50 years old.
Before the
he's
half.
seen a lot, and he's been through a lot, but always, you know, one of the best guys in the league as far as being able to keep calm and really be able to see the big picture.
Jerome Ford from his own 8-yard line. And about as far as the 25. So 33 seconds to play here in the first half. Cleveland with one time. Meanwhile, these Steelers scored 10 points in the last minute and 9 seconds.
And really, if you look at it, they should have another touchdown because they did score, but you know they chose not to challenge that play. So
I can't believe it. Cincinnati is killing Baltimore. I'm so ashamed of that. I'm so ashamed that we couldn't do that last week.
To about the 33. And let's just see if they watch this play clock expire here. It doesn't look like anyone's in any big hurry to get another playoff. But now there's a timeout call. So Cleveland is out of timeouts now. And they have a 2nd and 3 at their own 32. And Kevin Stefanski, who's been through a whole lot himself this year. And just this past week, Jadeveon Clowney expressed a certain lack of interest as far as coming back to these Cleveland Browns, and the Browns just said, well, why don't you just go home? And Myles Garrett told us he was disappointed. Second and 3. Watson, incomplete.
Better be careful.
Andrew, yes. Hungry hands for that Pittsburgh defense. Cameron Hayward got one on there.
Yeah, you better be careful right now because
Brian.
Pittsburgh gets the ball to start the third quarter, and this is a defense that is pretty opportunistic and pretty good at taking the football away. So you just can't make a big mistake here right before half.
On third down on the split slant, that is complete. Michael Woods with the grab. And now Browns hurry up to the line of scrimmage with the clock winding down under 10 seconds. And Watson spikes the ball, stops the clock with 7 to play.
Really, you get one chance. I guess you could potentially, hit something on the outside, maybe get 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock. Either that or your only option really is to throw it as far as you can
And
towards
in
the
the
end
second
zone.
quarter for Buffalo and New
Just one
England,
quick
tied
update on the
at
Buffalo
14.
score. The Bills and New England have gone to halftime tied at 14.
22 seconds left in Cincinnati and Baltimore in the first half, with Cincinnati winning 24-7.
So let's see what Cleveland has in mind with 7 seconds to play. And Pittsburgh will take a timeout. So that leaves the Steelers with 1.
For the first half.
TJ Watt. We had fun talking with TJ as we take a look at that AFC playoff picture. Buffalo and Cincinnati still trying to decide who will be the number 2 seed. Pittsburgh on the very outside looking in right now.
You got a 3-way race to that 7th seed. Patriots, Dolphins, and the Steelers.
So second and 10, 7 seconds to play. Watson dropped the football, picked it up, and scrambles out of there. This will be the last play of this half, and he is finally down a couple of yards shy of midfield. So Pittsburgh scored 10 points in a 1:09 span. They have the lead at halftime. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station.
Oh, Chicago has 6. Okay.
How about the NFC playoff picture? Philadelphia beats the Giants. They get the number 1 seed. They get the NFC East. That means the Cowboys would be the 5th seed. The Giants are locked in the 6th seed. If you win Green Bay, you are in. The other teams, Seattle and Detroit, obviously have to take care of their own business and hope Green Bay loses. Over in the AFC, a little bit easier. The Bills basically are fighting to hang on to this number 2 spot. They are tied right now at halftime. Kansas City is the number 1 team. Cincinnati can move up to number 2. Does lose. And you take a look at the Chargers, Baltimore, and New England. You know, it's all kind of set in there, but it's really about New England, Miami, and Pittsburgh. New England loses, Miami loses, Pittsburgh wins, they're in.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. Josh Allen. Great protection here. He finds Stephon Diggs late, deep down the field.
No. I've played God of War, nothing like it, and it's hard for me. I plan on playing Life is Strange, the first one. Yeah, that's right. You better give me back my internet. Better not disconnect my stream. Thank you for the 15 likes, guys.
Tell Siri, show me football standings.
Welcome back to Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 10-7 Steelers at halftime. Greg Gumbel along with Adam Archuleta. We know that the Miami Dolphins, they need to lose for the Steelers to have some hope. The New England Patriots need to lose as well, but the Steelers have to take care of business here first.
Oh, there's no doubt. Like, it's going to come down to the wire. And you saw some good things in that first half from Pittsburgh. You think about the fact that they really should have another touchdown, but they didn't review the call. So now here they are. They have a 3-point lead. I think Kenny Pickett has been okay. He's made a couple throws, but also a few different missed opportunities here in this game. Really a nice job on that long 3rd and 15 with the strike to Pickens down the field. And on the other side, I thought outside of that interception, which was a bad interception from Deshaun Watson that led to 3 points, I really thought that he played a pretty good first half, but I am surprised that it has been so heavy from a pass to run ratio that really Nick Chubb hasn't been a factor whatsoever in this football game. So I would really expect them to use the run game a little bit more here in this second half.
Nick Chubb with just 39
Cleveland about to
yards
kick the ball
rushing
back
on
to
6
Pittsburgh.
attempts.
Beginning of the third quarter starts now.
Steven Sims will
Second
watch
half,
the kickoff
touchdown.
sail through the end zone. We go down to A.J. Ross.
Well, Greg, the Steelers had some self-inflicted wounds to start this one with the fumble on the first drive and some penalties. But Mike Tomlin said he liked the way this team responded, especially on defense. With that Levi Wallace interception, he said they need to make a defense to give their offense a short field. Kevin Stefanski told me with 5 penalties for 39 yards, his team has to play clean. They have to get more pressure on Kenny Pickett up front. And an injury update, guys. Running back Kareem Hunt, he's being evaluated for a head injury. He's questionable, guys.
All right, AJ, thank you. So the Steelers start the second half from their own 25-yard line. And they'll start it with Najee Harris. And he'll plow straight ahead for about 4. The second half has been the time for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their last 4 games, they've outscored their opponents 40-15 in the second half.
Oh, especially you look at the second half. You mean the last minute?
those Kenny Pickett heroics.
Wait for him. Set. Monday, yeah. Boy, team, what's up?
This is Warren. Warren has running room on the right side.
Go.
Out of bounds. Right around. Let's see where they mark him out.
Yeah.
Just the other side of the 50-yard line.
Really nicely done here, because what happens is they let one person go, and then coming around right here, you got the lead blocker in Hayward. So they have a free rusher, Winovich, that they just let go, and then he's just able to hit the corner. Warren using that speed to get around the edge.
5 rushing, 35 yards for
Pickup is the
Warren.
longest run for either side today. This is a quick pass to Harris, and Harris breaking through tackles inside the 40 to about the 37 or 38-yard line of the Cleveland Browns.
Steelers in this game, they've been pretty balanced as far as their run-pass ratio. And, Najee Harris really started off the game running well inside. And so, again, I don't really think that Pickett is throwing the ball too well in the drop back game in the middle of the field. So I would expect more passes outside the numbers in this second half, and then also getting him outside the pocket where he's able to do his best work.
They'll go back to Harris again. And Harris to about the 35. And Tony Fields makes a stop there. His offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, for the Steelers.
And really, when you look at it, the second half, they really have committed to the run game. When you look at the games that they've won, most of the time they're running about 30, high 30s, maybe over 40 carries per game. The first time they played the Browns back in week 3, they only ran it 22 times in that game. But the formula seems to be get up near that upper 30 mark as far as running the football.
On 2nd and 7 this time.
Kenny Pickett goes back again. Throws. Caught. Deontay Johnson catches it but runs out of bounds.
He'll be about a yard short of a first down.
2nd and 7. With 12 minutes and 10 seconds left
Especially when
on
you
the
see
clock.
Myles Garrett, he normally lines up over on the offense's left side. I would expect, again, to see a lot more of Pickett getting outside the pocket when they opt to pass.
On 3rd and 1, they will give it to Gunnar Olszewski. Didn't get much, but let's see where they spot him down. Very close to a first down. Clete Blakeman taking a look. Takes a look at the other side, and it's a first down. And Olszewski down on the field.
Boy, they get a lot of use out of this jet sweep, don't they? They run this play to almost every skill player on the offensive side of the ball.
Off the field. With a limp 4th-year player out of Bemidji State. So it's a first down for Pittsburgh as they try to stretch their lead 5-3 with 11 and a half to play here in the 3rd quarter.
And they are getting mostly single high, mostly one safety in the field in this game. And so, again, most of the time they've opted to go to Johnson in one-on-one situations.
Here's Harris. And Harris. Give him a little room, and he makes a lot of it, all the way to the 20-yard line and a couple of yards short of a first down.
Well, this is wide receiver blocking. Both Pickens and Sims. Look at how both of them, they're able to climb up. Pickens on Delpit, Sims on the inside, and it's 3, 4, 5 yards before Harris gets hit.
This is Harris again. To the 10. Sit down, Agent.
Guys, some key injuries to this Browns defense. Their Mike linebacker, Reggie Ragland, has a shoulder injury. He is out for the remainder of this game, as well as corner Denzel Ward. He has a shoulder, and he's out as well, guys.
Okay, we knew that Ward was questionable to start the day, and now he is gone. Meanwhile, Harris again. You know what, Archie? Najee Harris is a load. He walked into our meeting, and we were all just kind of shocked at just how big he is.
I really couldn't believe it. Now, he's listed at 6'1", 230. And then when we saw him in person, I felt like he was like 6'3", 250. I mean, really, he is a monster. And, that's one of the things that Mike Tomlin keeps telling him. Like, look, you need to believe that you're a monster and that guys don't want to tackle you.
Yeah,
These
so
defensive backs don't want to tackle you.
Yeah.
Johnson
Throw it, Kenny.
Looking. Throws. And that
Kenny.
is out of bounds. Freiermuth couldn't stay inbounds.
Too far. Too late.
They have got to try and figure out a way. The red zone has been.
I know you were trying to throw it to Freiermuth, but Freiermuth ran out of bounds.
We talked about how.
And there's always that person on the left side of the field, Kenny. Remember, you have 2 receivers, not just one.
Once they get inside the 20-yard line, and once they get inside the 10-yard line, that has got to be a huge improvement, and they have to figure that out.
Kenny.
The rush, led by Myles Garrett. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit.
Yeah, once again, Garrett just off of the edge, just how fast he is and how he's able to bend and turn the corner. Just a little stutter step inside. And then just once he rips, he's right past Dan Moore. Came into this game with 15 sacks. That's going to make it 16.
No, better yet. Pittsburgh's going to do another field goal. Boswell's on the field, kicks it, going, and it's good. And Pittsburgh has the lead, 13-7. Alexa, what's the score to the Buffalo Bill game?
Currently, the Buffalo Bills and New England Patriots are tied 14-14 with 9:26 left in the third quarter.
Still? Well, if they end up in a tie, I don't think that would help me with it. Alexa, what's the score of the Dolphin game?
Right now, the Miami Dolphins and New York Jets are tied 3-3 with 6:09 left in the third quarter.
That doesn't help me either. But I think if I get this win, I think I'll be okay. Because they said Pittsburgh needs a win. The announcer said Pittsburgh either to continue and to get into the playoffs or to get into playoffs, Pittsburgh needs a win today. They need the Patriots to lose, and they need Buffalo to win, or they need Dolphins to win, and all that. I think I'm going to start watching Fire Country.
We keep that playoff scenario.
Yeah. Playoff win.
And the New England lost or tie.
Oh, okay. So I need either Miami to lose or New England to lose, or if they end up tying, then Pittsburgh is in.
Plenty of time. 9:04. Ford on the run at the 9. Little cross fakes the handoff and is hit before he gets to the 20-yard line.
Pittsburgh kicked the ball back to Cleveland. Cleveland was running it out, and then Pittsburgh tackled Cleveland, and that's the end of that one.
Books and supplies, the daycare in McKees Rocks, which one of them where his mom Nina is the director. A GoFundMe and generated over $8 million to help Hamlin's hometown and
that must have
15 minutes
that hurt.
from where we are here at Acrisure Stadium. On first down from the 20-yard line.
Deshaun Watson goes back. Froze. Oh, what kind of froze?
This side of the field and that easily. Amari Cooper closest to it.
It really hasn't talked about him too much in this game, but TJ Watt, look at how he drives back Hudson right back into Deshaun Watson, and Hudson looking for a little bit of redemption. I got a chance to play last year, week 16 against the Steelers, and TJ Watt had himself, as did this entire defense, had himself a day. So He's been able to hold up pretty well considering we haven't really said TJ Watt's name too much in this game.
This is Chubb. And Chubb not able to go anywhere.
Steelers push Chubb's back.
Speaking of TJ Watt, he was in the way. Another update time. Let's check on what's going on in this playoff race.
However the points come, all field goals in this game. Jason Sanders' second field goal of the day for 37 yards out gives Miami a 6-3 lead over the New York Jets.
Steeler fans don't want to hear that. Thank you, guys.
Oh, those field goals, those pesky field
Miami's
goals.
winning.
3rd and 10. We saw on the first
But it
down
won't
play,
matter
Watson
because
here
Pittsburgh's
has
the
some
favorite
discomfort
in this
the
game. They win either way.
Gonna throw it here. Gonna run it here. Right up the middle. 30, 35, 40. And Watson finally dragged down at about the 42-yard line by Minkah Fitzpatrick, but a first down for the Cleveland Browns.
Really good play recognition from Watson. This is all man coverage. There's no spy. There's nobody underneath. There's no linebacker. As soon as he sees Edmonds, who's underneath, run with his man, he knows all he has to do is break the line of scrimmage, and he can run for a big play.
First down now from their own 41. Chubb. And Chubb just has not been able to get things going today on the ground. Meanwhile, an update from Buffalo, where the New England Patriots have gone on top by a field goal, 17-14, with 7 minutes to play in the third.
It's got to be agonizing right now for fans. You know, you got yourself a 6-point lead, and you got a battle of backup quarterbacks in the Jets and Dolphin game, and the Patriots playing the Bills tough.
On 2nd and 7. Into the blitz, and he goes down. No, he stayed up. Stayed up, running down the middle of the field and sliding down at the 44-yard, maybe the 46-yard line. Is Deshaun Watson. Steelers want to argue that he was down way back upfield.
Yeah, I don't know how this happens. Look at Edmonds is in there scot-free, and no knee. Did his elbow? Was his elbow on the ground?
And they're taking the walk back. His elbow was
down, and so there it is. That was a really nice job by Edmonds coming on a blitz. He beats Chubb, and then Spillane is able to just wrap around. And now it's 3rd and 18. See, Minkah Fitzpatrick, he's jacked up. He loves this, being the ball hawk that he is. 3rd and long situation. He's looking at Deshaun Watson's eyes, looking to try to steal something.
Watson over the middle, intercepted. Damontae Kazee with the pick and great field position for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is a league-leading 20th interception on the season for the Steeler defense.
Oh, Kazee just reads it like a book. Just watch Kazee here. He doesn't even backpedal. He's reading Watson's eyes the whole time. Now Kazee comes in and he plays in there three safety sets, both he, Fitzpatrick, and Terrell Edmonds. And that's just 3rd and 18. You're just going to let the front get after the quarterback. We know the ball's going to come out, read his eyes, and what an interception.
First down from the 35. They'll go back to Najee Harris. Harris cuts it inside. 20. And down close to the 15-yard line. Update time once again in this playoff race. Let's take you back to the guys in New York.
They've been tough, and field goals count. Yeah, you makes his 24-yard field goal, and it gives New England a 17-14 lead. But Buffalo just took an ensuing kickoff back for a touchdown. Adam and AJ.
These Buffalo Bills are going kickoff crazy.
Wait a minute, they ran another kickoff back? Oh my God.
So Buffalo reclaims the lead on
Yes.
that. Meanwhile, this is Harrison. Harris spins inside the 10 to about the 9.
So right now, and you can kind of feel it. Right now is if you're the Steelers, all right, you're fighting for your playoff lives. You got a chance to sneak into the playoffs, right? So you want to get to the next level. This is really the moment right now where you've got to be able to capitalize, and you have got to put the dagger into the Cleveland Browns. This is your chance after taking the ball away. Right now is when you've got to be able to develop that instinct to be able to finish a football team.
Harris. Not going anywhere this time, courtesy of Deion Jones. So that'll leave the Steelers with a 3rd and 3 as the clock moves towards 4 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Najee Harris, 68 yards rushing on the day on 17 carries.
Now watch out for Jalen Warren, who's lined up in a wing position right here to the left.
Pickett to 1 and out of bounds inside the 5. Tony Fields knocking him out of bounds.
Did he get it?
It is. Their first down. So 1st and goal with 3.5 to play here in the 3rd. And the Steelers trying to administer that dagger you talked about.
If the Browns blitz right here, wouldn't be.
Yeah, fine.
That was a slant. That falls incomplete.
Boy, they had it too. Johnson, he got it, but just what a play inside. But I think that was Garrett, but watch Johnson gets the inside, and I know his eyes were wide open. That could have been his chance to get that first touchdown. But Myles, I believe that was Myles Garrett. He saves the day there for the Browns.
2nd and goal. Harris. Harris to the end zone. Touchdown. Pittsburgh.
This is just a tough run inside by Harris. He's just going to stick it out, and then once he makes that little stick, watch how fast and how hard he just turns up. Right there, turns up, lowers his pads, and he's able to put the ball across the plane for a Steeler touchdown.
Pause for a minute until that touchdown is confirmed. And it has been. So the Pittsburgh Steelers down 7-0 at one point. 20 straight. 10 points off turnovers. They have taken advantage. And they have 20-7 lead.
by Royal Caribbean. This is all come see. Sonic. This is how we Sonic. And by Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Yeah, there's always at least one hearty soul in cool weather. Meanwhile, Najee Harris gone over 1,000 yards rushing this season on that last drive. And look at on AJ.
Well, Greg, any given Sunday, you're likely to hear the name Watt once or twice in a game. And both TJ and his brother Derek showed up in their brother JJ's Cardinal jersey today ahead of the game as a tribute to their brother's epic career and his retirement announcement. Now, TJ rather told me that he didn't really believe JJ when he was saying he was going to retire until he made the official announcement. So he's very proud of him and very excited for what's to come afterwards. And their parents, the Watt brothers' parents, had to make a choice. They're going to JJ's game later today, guys.
Yeah, you can't blame him for that. Boy, JJ Watt, he's gonna the day he is eligible, he's going into the Hall of Fame on a skateboard. Watson running out of time, dodging tacklers across the 30 and slides down short of the 35-yard line. Has thrown 2 interceptions in his last 6 passing attempts.
Yeah, and he's really been able to do a pretty good job of using his legs to get out of situations and be able to pick up the first down. You see him right there get away from Watt, who really keeps him to the inside. But those interceptions are just killers. 2 bad interceptions really gives the game to the Steelers.
This is a 2nd and 3. Watson, this time he can't escape, and brought down by Larry Ogunjobi. Third sack of Watson. Whoa.
Did you get that?
He got a lot of that face mask.
Hey, oh, man. Oh, yikes. And they missed
it big time.
Yeah, it's a bad miss. But listen, I've talked all day about how it's really been lopsided as far as pass ratio, and I just don't feel like with guys like Hayward and Watt and Highsmith that you really want to get into a passing set. Let those guys get after your quarterback for the rest of the game.
Watson kicked it away. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. And we're talking about how this Pittsburgh defense has excelled on the back end of games lately.
Well, and look, they knew coming into this game. Wow, look at Watt bends the corner, and then Highsmith with the effort sack. But coming into this game, you knew that their strength of this Steelers is their front. Now, they have been able to dominate and do well in the run game as well, but again, this is the last front that you just want to be able to pin back with no concept of defending the run and just get after your quarterback on every play.
Steven Sims, he's gathering in on the run, and he is down at about the 32-yard line. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh Steelers, things really starting to roll for them here in the second half.
Please, number one person who's watching me, hit that like if you haven't already. How is everybody today?
Well, Steeler fans like the way things are going here with a 20-7 lead. They like the way things are going in Buffalo, where Buffalo has the lead over New England 21-17. To see a little action coming from the New York Jets, however, who trail the Miami Dolphins 6-3. On first down, the pitch and the loose ball, and it looks like it's covered by the Steelers. Kevin Dotson appeared to be the man on the football.
Just dropped it.
Clock still moving. Half a minute to play here in the third quarter. Across the 30. And this third quarter is going to wind up the Cleveland total offense to 6 yards here in the second half. Here and elsewhere, they're leading 27.
I love to have one of my own someday.
Thanks.
Oh, I was talking about your USAA bumper sticker.
My dad served.
My bad.
Mark Grant, and all the fine men and women who help us out every single week this National Football League season.
Pickett goes back, throws.
Right through the hands of Jalen Warren.
And made for Jaden Warren, which Warden couldn't get his hands on.
I really
4th and 10.
It's been quite enjoyable, Greg. You have a way of making things.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's getting ready to
lively
punt
and
the
fun.
ball back to Cleveland.
I appreciate that, I think.
Beginning in the fourth quarter.
Jalen Garden back at his own 25-yard line. Incidentally, the Buffalo Bills have just scored again. A touchdown puts them on top of the New England Patriots. It's a 27-17 score. Garden with a fair catch at the 23-yard line. So Deshaun Watson still down 20-7. We'll take the back to Acrisure Stadium here in Pittsburgh, where things are looking up for the Steelers and their fans as far as the playoffs are concerned. Steelers are winning here. Miami is tied with the New York Jets. Meanwhile, take a look at Nick Chubb rolling out close to the 40-yard line. It'll be marked down at about the 37.5. Terrell Edmonds with the stop. Well, and Buffalo in the lead, too.
Yeah, Greg, listen, it's Steelers have controlled most of this game, but it's still only a 13-point game. And so they've got to be careful right now because you just can't allow the Browns and Watson to start to get hot. And first and foremost for the Browns, you have got to make sure that you can protect up front and try to at least keep this defense off balance so they just can't rush the passer and get after Watson.
Watson pulls it down, takes off again, and this time he is hit from behind. Alex Highsmith got to him. Update time once again. Let's take you back to New York City. What's happening, guys?
Greg, a Buffalo beauty. Yeah, Josh Allen out of the pocket. He does his magic right here. He's going to find John Brown from 42 yards out. The Buffalo Bills with Josh Allen with 2 touchdown passes, 2 kickoff returns by Nyheim Hines. They lead New England 28-17.
Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys, thank you. And once again, Pittsburgh looking for a win or a tie, or a loss and a tie from those two teams, from New England and from Miami.
Oh, a lot of Joe Flacco fans right now in Pittsburgh. Come on, Joe. One more time for the Gipper. See a couple nice runs to start this drive from Nick Chubb. And again, I feel like just for some reason, the run got away from the Cleveland Browns. And as we know, Watson and what he brings to the table.
So cool.
This
There's a
offense
tie
still
game
runs
between the Jets and the Miami Dolphins.
Watson with time, throwing. Got his man on the run. That's Amari Cooper down on the side, close to the 10-yard line. Let's see where they mark him out. It'll be at about, let's see, about the 13 or so.
Well, how much time? This only works with this much time in the pocket. And so Cooper goes from one side of the field all the way to the other. You see Fitzpatrick in the middle, but really Spillane, who's responsible for the flat on that side, he has got to be able to see that and play deep to short. He comes up on the shallow route, and because Watson has enough time, Cooper is wide open all by himself, right by the numbers.
36 yards on that play. First down from the 14. Hunt for a couple. Montravius Adams right in the middle of that line. With the stop.
Greg, you see how did this drive start? You got, arguably probably the best running back in the NFL, right? At least one of the most consistent high-end running backs for the last 4 seasons. And really, you haven't used it much in this game.
Second and 8, Chubb not in there.
Cameron Hayward.
We have a late flag thrown on the play.
They're going to say
foul. Over the pass for defense number 97. Opposition to the goal line. First down.
That brings a flag on Cameron Hayward. What did you say?
Listen, I don't know how you could call that. He tapped Deshaun Watson. I mean, we've seen how many times in this game, and even you go back to last week, have you seen Watson sacks? Right? A guy's there, wrapped up, and he gets out of sacks. And so Hayward, he didn't even hit him with velocity. That is a football tackle.
You gotta remember that play. First and goal. Watson to the near side. Donovan Peoples-Jones inside the 5 to about the 3. The Steeler faithful are not pleased.
I don't, but it's a good adjustment by Peoples-Jones. But yeah, that is a tough. You see these tough calls every week, right?
Goal, Nick Chubb back on the field.
Deshaun Watson goes back. Still going back. Tries the quarterback's knee.
You said it a short while ago. That's not a big difference in this score, and now it's even less.
Oh, look at how much time Chubb is going to leak out of the backfield, but this is all about time. Watson sitting back there 4 or 5 seconds, and then you're going to see right at the end, Highsmith, he's going to come inside because of the threat of the run, and then Watson keeps his eyes on Chubb. Easy touchdown.
Chubb's first receiving touchdown of the season on his last day of the regular season. The extra point is good. 10-11 to play in the fourth. Deshaun Watson brings the Browns a little closer. It's 20-14.
Charlie's playoffs look good. Yes. Except that Cleveland, even though I'm the favored Panther, even though I'm the favorite in this game, the Browns just scored a touchdown and a field goal. So now they have 14. So the score is 14-20.
That's our back judge today, Perry Paganelli. He's been a 1998. He's worked 2 Super Bowls and 6 conference championships, and today he is working his 378th and final regular season relations, Perry.
Cool.
That is a lot of games.
I was about to say the same thing.
Wow, what a career.
Cleveland kicks it back to Pittsburgh.
To return that
Touchback.
line drive kick. And gives a chance to remind you, the NFL playoffs are here. It all starts next weekend. 12 teams, 6 games, 3 days, 1 epic weekend. Super Wild Card Weekend presented by Verizon, Saturday through Monday. Visit NFL.com/schedule for the full schedule. And as always, every NFL on CBS game begins with our guys at the NFL Today. Here's the AFC playoff picture. Pittsburgh now with a smaller lead against the Cleveland Browns here. It's 20-14. They start from their own 25. This is Connor Hayward, the rookie out of Michigan State.
This is a big drive right now. If you're the Steelers and you're Kenny Pickett, this is a huge drive. There was a 4 series in a row. They really had something going. They had touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Their last drive, they go 3 and out, and what happens? Deshaun Watson and Nick Chubb go right down the field and score. And so, right now, to be able to close this out with just a 6-point lead and 9.5 minutes left in the game, a monster drive for Pickett.
Harris finding room to run and out to about the 40-yard line. This one possession stuff is familiar territory for the Steelers. They've played 7 straight one possession games.
And if you take a look at the last few, they're used to being behind in those games, but
a win today would make it 19 straight winning seasons for this Steelers franchise.
Who's the X? Hey, go out.
First down at the 40. And
Kenny Pickett calls timeout.
the Steelers will take a timeout with 8:47 to play in the 4th. Just a reminder, they need the Patriots to lose. Patriots are down 28-17 with 13:20 to play in the 4th. And they need the Dolphins to lose, and they're tied with the Jets with 8 minutes to play in the 4th. We remind you to stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights. we say all that,
IPF Network.
the New England Patriots have scored a touchdown again and cut the lead in Buffalo to 28-23 with the extra point pending.
Hey, push it here. Push it. All right, team. What's up?
Najee Harris. Not much there. Myles Garrett had a hold and wouldn't let go. And still on the ground, Freiermuth, tight end.
Freiermuth's hurt.
So they will take a look. We will take a quick break.
We go to timeout. Or we go to commercial. Alexa, who's the favorite in the Seattle Seahawks game?
At the moment, the Seahawks are favored by 5 points against the Rams. The game kicks off this afternoon at 4:25 p.m. at Lumen Field in Seattle.
It's Freiermuth, number 88. My tight end. Must have landed on his leg wrong.
Young tight end helped to the sidelines. We'll check on him. Meanwhile, going deep down the far sideline and just overthrowing George Pickens. It's Kenny Pickens. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, Greg, that puts him in another.
Oh no, New England has 23.
Long situation. Now they have really having 2 drives in a row of not many Cleveland to football.
Looking for first down here. The pass to this side of the field, and it's caught by Pickens.
For sure, there was some sort of. Emerson was all over him. There's a lot of contact on this play, but that certainly looks like an interference. But what a catch for Pickens to just be able to create on that and be able to bring that in.
Catch him up.
That is a big time. That is a huge play on 3rd and 10. That is such a big down for Pickett and the Steelers.
Go back to the ground game and Harris. And Harris trying to work his way around the left side. Carrying a couple of players. Update time. Big things happening once again.
New England knows what's at stake. Take a look. Mac Jones going back I said, Nate, this is a good catch. He said, yes, JB, it is. That will be Devontae Parker. 2-point attempt by New England. Not good. They're down by 5. 11:33 remaining in regulation. Back to Greg Gumbel.
All right, guys. Again, the Steelers need a New England loss or a tie, and a Miami loss or a tie. Miami and the Jets are tied at 6 with 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Throw back, Kenny.
Pickett throwing sideline. Too high for Deontay Johnson.
Well, he had Steven Sims wide open down the middle of the field. Watch here as this play goes on, and I know his eyes were probably somewhere else, but they had one.
Oh,
if he just gets his eyes over to the right side, that opportunity.
I didn't
for
see
a big
Steven
play.
Sims there, but if they say he's there, he's there.
I mean, they've been in a lot of third and long situations in this game. Anytime they put Pickens into the boundary, they have 2 safeties, so they'll go to the right.
This one over the middle, and he got him. Connor Hayward, the rookie from Michigan, is a huge first down for the Steelers.
Oh, is this a catch or what? Hayward comes into this game with nothing. 2 safeties deep.
And I think at the end of that play, a Brown player's injured now. By the way, that Cleveland, yeah.
On a gotta have it down for the rookie.
And John Johnson, the safety.
Yeah.
Play.
A Brown is down.
You might have seen him take the hit on his left knee. And they are looking at him now at about the 11-yard line. That was
Hey, Dylan,
a
welcome back.
27-yard pickup.
So
They'll check
Dylan,
on John Johnson. We'll take a break.
That friend request that somebody sent me a friend request on. So Dylan, somebody sent me a friend request on PS5. Was that you? Okay, I'll accept it later then, okay? Thank you for answering me. I was trying to ask you earlier when you were in here, but you left, so.
Good to see John Johnson walk off the field under his own power.
Oh, okay, so he's okay.
He's headed for a little attention. Meanwhile, 6:33 to play. Pittsburgh with a 6-point lead and a first down at the 14-yard line.
What's up?
Harris. Not much. 1 or 2.
Yay! Touchdown Bills.
Chase Winovich making the stop. Number 69.
Oh, Greg, I tell you what, Pickett hasn't been perfect in this game, but you are starting to see a trend, and you've seen it in the last couple games, and you're starting to see it in this game when he's got to make a throw, when they have to make a play. I mean, time in and out, he has shown now that he has a great tendency that when they need him to deliver, he's able to make those throws.
On second and 8, that ball tipped at the line of scrimmage and it falls incomplete.
Of course it is. He was targeting Deontay Johnson in the red zone. So, I mean, they just can't. Some things just might not be meant to be, but now they're faced with another 3rd and 8. Pickett is going to have to make a great throw. But just know and understand right now what a field goal does for you. So don't take the sack. Don't try to force anything because field goal is a big deal here for your offense.
By the way, more good news for Steeler fans. The Buffalo Bills have scored again. They've stretched their lead over New England now 34-23 with 8:50 to play in the fourth. Pickett throwing. inside the 5, and the diving catch is made by Connor Hayward. Talked about that touchdown. Let's take a look at it. Let's get back to the guys in New York.
Yeah, Greg, right here, you're finding Josh Allen, his third touchdown of the day. He's got 49 yards out. Extra play was good. They lead the New England Patriots 35-23. It's falling in line to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh with the lead here, looking for more. They need a New England loss. That's happening. They need a loss or a tie with the Miami Dolphins. That's happening with 4:45 to play in regulation. Jaylen Warren right up the middle.
Push.
Down to 4:48 to play.
Oh, Greg, what do we start off this drive saying? How big of a drive this was for Pickett and the Steelers? This drive, and right now they've run 12
Pittsburgh's
plays, they've
winning.
gone 73 yards. They've
The
had
Steelers are beating the
three, at least third
Cleveland Browns
that they've been
20 to
able
14
convert on
right
this
now.
drive. I mean, that's how you want to come out and play. When you've got to have it, when you've got to make a play, and you're fighting for your playoff lives. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. And it's not just Pickett. You saw Pickens make
Where's
great
your
grabs.
game? Sacks?
Hayward twice.
Connor Hayward has come up big as soon as Pat Fryer.
Oh, who's my team? Yeah, Steelers are my team.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be really pleased.
13th play of this drive for the Steelers.
Throw, can you throw? Too late. Too high.
Hayward
Too late.
was his target. It'll be 3rd and goal.
Guys, come on. We don't want to do a field goal. We want a touchdown.
It has not been a perfectly played game, but this game has had a playoff atmosphere. You can feel the urgency in the Steelers.
You can. You certainly can. But how agonizing is the Miami score for Pittsburgh fans? I mean, 6-6. Oh, there's so much going on.
3rd and goal. Big play here for the Steelers. On the slant. Incomplete. And a flop.
Yeah, this time Emerson.
I didn't see George. I didn't see George Pickens catch that.
Defense, number 23. Molly plays at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, no.
If you see it from the backside, his right arm is right on the feet of Pickens. And I know there's a lot of contact down in there in the red zone, but that's probably a good call.
So it's 1st and goal for the Steelers, looking to add to their lead, which is just 6 at the moment. Once again, things looking up at the moment for the Steelers. They lead. New England trails. Miami is tied. A reminder, stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. They don't have much to talk about, do they? JP, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach have all the information, scores, and highlights.
All right, bye, Dylan.
If the Steelers are good, if they're able to pull this one off.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Mr. OG. I'm sorry that your team is out. Thank you, OG.
1st and goal. Inside handoff. Derek Watt for the touchdown. Derek Watt has a receiving touchdown this year and now his 1st rushing TD. That's 7 different ball carriers on the ground for the Steelers today.
Yeah, and again, that really caps off an impressive drive. 13 plays, 73 yards, and so impressed on how many 3rd and long conversions that the Steelers had to make. in order to
Well,
go
9 and 8.
down the field for that touchdown.
27-14. Well, here in a second. Unless they're going to go for a 2-point conversion.
2-point attempt.
Oh, no, they are going for a 2-point conversion.
To the back of the end zone, and it is caught by Deontay Johnson.
Never mind, no field goal.
Nicely thrown ball by Kenny Pickett.
Well, what do you know? It's a red zone attempt to Johnson that didn't get tipped.
Not the touchdown they were looking for, but he'll take it. And it is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Pittsburgh Steelers with just over 4.5 minutes to play. What?
Fullbacks a little bit of love, too.
28-14, Steelers. This is a view inquiry. That Miami-New York Jet game, 2:20 to play, tied at 6.
Talk about a pillow fight, huh?
They now have 2 minutes to play in Miami in regulation. Buffalo's lead over New England is 35-23. So the Steelers would say, so far, so good.
So far, so good.
Cleveland's last chance with the ball in regulation. Cleveland's running with the ball, still running, and taken down at the 40-yard line. But there's a penalty.
We have a couple of them down.
It's on.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 56. Phillies 10 yards, first out.
Penalties on Cleveland.
Tay Davis is guilty of that. In my view, coming up next, Giants, Eagles, Chargers, Broncos. Doubleheader Sunday, this last Sunday of the regular season. Here's a look at the NFC playoff picture. Philadelphia, top seed. Giants looking to get in. Green Bay, Seattle, Detroit. And the crowd comes alive. Chubb to the 20. And the clock working against these Cleveland Browns now, coming up on 4:15 to play.
Yeah, now is, they're going to have to go back to being one-dimensional. And again, this is, not the defense. So many guys up front that can win one-on-one to get in obvious passing situations.
Pass into the flat. That's Njoku, and Njoku has first down yardage. Temperatures were very cold when we got to the stadium today, and Njoku was out there bare-chested, proving a point. Watson in trouble, going down.
Hey, look at, guess who?
Cameron Hayward.
Hayward, Watt, Highsmith. Doesn't really. Here they are. All three of them meet at Deshaun Watson at pretty much the same time. Look at that. That just shows you right there the big three inside. That when you get one-dimensional, you really don't have a chance against this front.
TJ Watt was held and still got to the quarterback. 5th time today that Deshaun Watson has been sacked by the Steeler defense.
Yeah, when you look at it, when you go back and you study this game, you take the time to throw metric, right? And so in this game, he's over 3.6 seconds, and he's only thrown the ball 4 times when he's gotten under 2.5 seconds. And so he is holding the ball a lot in this game, and that is just something again, against this defensive front with so many touchers, you just can't get away with holding the ball that long for so many passes.
2nd and 20. Chubb. To about the 25. Spillane and Minkah Fitzpatrick converge. So it's 3rd and 12. And a hold by the Steelers here could just about put a nail in the coffin for a win. Watson pulls it down, decides to keep it to about the 30-yard line. That'll be about 7 yards short of a first down. And the offense, of course, staying on the field here as the clock continues to move towards 2.5 minutes.
Deshaun Watson must have been a free agent or he got traded. I'm not sure. But last time I checked, he was a Texan. Now he's a Brown.
Watson throwing. That's complete near midfield to Njoku. And a first down.
Boy, that is a heck of a grab. And really, the only reason why he was able to get that throw off is because
Atlanta beat Tampa Bay.
He saw just at the last moment Watt coming off the blind side and picked him up in protection.
Here's Chubb now off the right side for a couple. They'll mark his forward progress at the 47 with that. We reach the 2-minute warning. 1:57 to be exact on the clock. Pittsburgh Steelers closing in on an absolute must-win.
Take from State Farm. I really want that personal price plan, so I'll admit it. I'm a path bomb guy.
Hi, Marvel. Hi, AJ. We just need to win and Patriots to lose. Come and eat. Oh, I'm still streaming.
You didn't put any cheese, did you? They did. Yeah, I said it. Okay. What is this? Is this lunch? Or is this?
One of the things I keep on bringing up is that when it comes to kicking, it all comes down to justice. It's not a 9 to 5 number to 5 and 2. It's something that the guy do almost 20. And maybe people didn't get that from
Drink responsibly and by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, these Steelers have been here before. 2018 finished the year on a win against the Bengals. Watch the end of the Browns-Ravens game on the stadium video board. If the Browns had won, the Steelers would have been AFC North champions. The Ravens won, and Steelers were runners-up. 2nd and 6 now for Cleveland. Watson tipped away. Pass broken up by James Pierre. Now the bad news for the Steelers, The Miami Dolphins have taken a 9-6 lead on a 50-yard field goal by Jason Sanders. The clock that we're looking at shows 23 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. A Dolphins win does the Steelers no good. Third and 6 here for the Browns. Over the middle, Watson completes that to Njoku. And it takes 3 Steelers, 4 Steelers, and he still won't go down.
Well, that has to be a heartbreaker, because the Steelers came in here today and just they took care of business, and they played well.
I heard,
They really
yeah.
have. They played well for the back half of their season.
Watson, penalty marker behind him as he throws over the middle, and that's incomplete. You know, the interesting thing about that Jets-Dolphins game, that was a battle of backup quarterbacks.
Number 55, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Ethan Posich, the center, guilty of that. Let's get an update on what's going on. Guys,
Greg, Miami has done its part. I think Mike Thomas just got the news on the headphones right there. Jason Sanders is going to make his 50-yard field goal. There's 18 seconds left in the game, and Miami has taken a 9-6 lead over the Jets.
One time I need you to win, Jets. You can't win.
To Greg Gumbel.
Yeah, if New England wins. The Miami Dolphins, boy, talk about a gut punch to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ready, go. Go on, go. Ready, go, go.
Watson. That's Chubb out of the backfield, and Chubb inside the 40-yard line. And you get the feeling that this crowd has gotten the word about what's happened in Miami. Watson lost the ball.
Fumble.
He went down. And recovered by the Browns.
Yeah.
You know, one more time, that just the TJ Watt and the Alex Highsmith combination off of both edges. And that is certainly not something that you want to see right here with 1 minute left to go in your season. Your left tackle on the ground grabbing his leg.
Jedrick Wills. We'll take a quick break and come right back.
Why am I running down a city street pushing people out of the way?
We are out. Jets failed. Jets failed. AJ, I didn't know you were a Steeler fan too. That's cool.
Meanwhile, it's a final score in Miami. The Dolphins have beaten the New York Jets 9-6, and it's the Miami Dolphins claiming that final AFC playoff spot, and it will not be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly this stadium has become very, very quiet.
Really, you look at really a tale of two different seasons for both the Steelers and the Dolphins. If you think about how each team started the first half of the season and now how both teams had finished. The Steelers really with a strong finish here in the last half. And, you know, we've all seen how Miami, how they've fallen. And it's this one has to hurt quite a bit, I think, if you're part of the Steelers.
On 2nd and 14, Watson.
I wonder if Watson signed a 1-year contract for the Browns.
This is our last regular season game. It has been fun. It has been a great deal of fun. Our thanks to our spotter, Michael Gluck, and our statistician up here, Joe Castellano. Working with you, Arch, and with AJ, it has been fun. It's been great.
Well, I agree, Greg, and I appreciate that. It's been a dream come true, getting a chance again for
the Steelers are winning, Kelly, but now the Steelers are out because Miami won.
Been the most fun that I've ever had doing this job, so I appreciate the honor, my friend.
You need to get out more. You need to get
probably, yes, but it's okay.
Watson going down, and that's Alex Highsmith.
How many sacks is Highsmith? I mean, it's just getting.
This is the 6th sack of the day for Watson.
Yeah, and again, it's obviously the time's winding down here, but it's what happens against this team up front. If you become one-dimensional, they're just too good. There are just too many guys up front that can win one-on-one, and it's only a matter of time before your quarterback starts to take too many hits.
A really good effort by these Pittsburgh Steelers that's just going to come up short because of the Miami win.
Yeah.
Watson scrambling and goes down. And once again, Cameron Hayward. What a day he had to finish up this regular season.
Well, Pittsburgh won the game, but we're not going to go to the playoffs now. We'll end up with a 9-8 record of the year.
In the end, it doesn't get them their goal, which is a playoff spot. Still another winning season for Mike Tomlin. Once again, our thanks to our great crew all season long. Thank you for joining us, everyone. For Adam, for AJ, 28-14 Steelers. Let's take you to JB in New York for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars.
And welcome back to New York as we take a look there that the Steelers win at 28-14, a valiant effort for sure. But with the Miami win, that keeps the Steelers from going to the postseason. Back here with the full house. Bill Cowher, your comments about what you saw.
Well, first of all, Mike Tomlin's streak of not having a losing season continues, and really what they did from midseason on, going 7-2 down the stretch. I think the emergence of Kenny Pickett. I think this defense came into its own in the second half of this season. There is a lot to build off of, and I think that's the thing. It's the biggest thing I take going into this offseason is picking up right where you left off.
How about this, Bill? The offensive line, same one started the whole year. Right. 2 good running backs, 2 young receivers, a young quarterback. I don't know. A lot of people doubted him when he came out in the draft, but I saw enough this year to know he's a franchise quarterback.
He won some tough games here at the end, and when you take a look at the playoffs here now, unfortunately, they don't make it. We thought that they were going to make it, but Miami, and I mean, this had to be one of the ugliest games of the year between them and the Jets. It was just brutal, and they ended up pulling it out on a Jason Sanders 50-yard field goal. And it was an amazing kick. Skylar Thompson was the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Now, I don't know whether or not Tua Tagovailoa will be back next week. I don't know if Teddy Bridgewater will be able to play next week. But all I know is that somehow, some way, the Miami Dolphins make it all the way to the playoffs.
I know we want to spin things forward, but when you look at Mike McDaniel, what he did this season, playing without Tua, Teddy Bridgewater, Skylar Thompson, I mean, he did a really good job of coaching with the pieces he had, despite some of those injuries they dealt with.
It's amazing to look at Miami's offense. When Tua's not in there, it doesn't even resemble anything they've done all year.
So true.
And today, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle both limping off the field when the game was over.
And the bottom line is games matter early in the season. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they can go back and just think about some of those games they lost early in the season.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to it, and that's why the NFL is so great.
All right, so we're going to take it now to that game between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. New England, they clinch a wild card spot if they
I'll
win
see you
their
later,
trade.
guys.
35-23, 2 minutes left in regulation. Let's go to Jim Nance.